AWS On Air. We are live at the New York City Summit. And for all of you who are watching at home, if you've always wanted to create your own 3D character, maybe your own Malibu Barbie that's pink in a beach house, this is the session that you are going to want to stick around and listen to. Because we've got the folks, the founders here of Krikey, who are going to show you with what they've built how you can be able to build your own 3D animated characters. So let's get some intros from the founders of Krikey.
Thank you so much for having us, Jillian. We're very excited to be here, and thank you all for listening in. We're the founders of Krikey. My name is Janvi. I'm the CEO and one of the co-founders, and I'll have Krikey share her intro.
Yeah, thanks so much for having us, Jillian, and great to see you all live on air. I'm Krikey. I'm the Chief Technology Officer here at Krikey.
And for those, I know I gave a little bit of an intro, but please tell people, what is Krikey?
So Krikey is a 3D animation maker tool. So you can design your own character, you can AI animate your character, and then edit it, all within our web browser tool. And you can actually produce your own game cutscenes, your own short films, Pixar-esque. You can see a character. We're going to do a demo later on showing you how to put together a 3D animated character and scene with audio. We also have used AWS Poly to add a dialogue and lip sync feature, which we just launched this week and are really excited to demo today.
Oh, so cool. I mean, I'm sure people are going to want to hear more all about that. So I definitely want to hear more about what types of companies and people are using Krikey's AI animations.
Yeah, so you can use it today directly as a consumer at www.krikey.ai. So anyone can come in and animate a 3D character today, straight off our website. It's free to use, so you can come and try it out, and we'll do a demo for you in a few minutes. We also have a lot of different enterprise customers that are interested. Everything from, of course, gaming and entertainment, which you think of when you think of animation traditionally, but also healthcare companies that want to make animated tutorials, education companies, metaverse companies that are building interactive experiences in XR, AR, or VR. So there's lots of different potential use cases for 3D animation across different industry verticals. And we're excited to bring this tool to market with Amazon and bring it to customers and enterprise customers.
And I know I said this earlier, but I want to make sure, because there's still people at home who are probably listening and they're like, but I don't have any art skills. My art skills stopped in kindergarten, so can they still be able to use this?
Oh, absolutely. That is what I told my sister. I was like, I want to be able to animate 3D characters. I don't know how to code. I don't have animation skills. And so I'd like to think she built this for me. But yes, you do not need to know how to code. All you have to have is a web browser tool, and you can come straight into our website and start to animate. There's no code or special software skills or other skills required.
That is amazing. So yeah, tell us about the key product features really that are within Krikey.
Yeah, absolutely. So as Janvi said, when we thought about building this tool, really the genesis of this entire idea was how do we democratize the way 3D content is authored? Today, if you wanted to author 3D content without Krikey AI, you'd have to have a whole set of specialized skills and a team, but we want anyone to be able to create in 3D. So you can generate AI animations from a text prompt or a video. You can add facial expressions, hand gestures, camera angles and camera motions, 3D backgrounds, generate scripts and dialogue using AI, and we'll automatically lip sync your character's mouth. And actually, my favorite part of our tool is the camera angles, which is not a Gen AI feature, but it's so exciting because today, if you wanted to produce, a professional mid shot or a dolly shot, you'd have to go into a 3D tool, understand computer programming, know how 3D world space coordinate works. There's so many pieces of knowledge you'd need just to produce a camera angle, but with our tool, it's just as simple as point and click, and we have sliders where you can change the motion and the direction of the camera. So again, the idea is that you don't really need to have any knowledge. You can immediately produce 3D content with Krikey.
So exciting. I definitely want to see it. So I think it's time for a demo now.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can see here the home page of the Krikey editor tool. And this is actually where you come as soon as you generate your animations. So I've got my animations here. And then we also have a public animation library. So we've actually recently discovered that this is the largest collection of 3D full body human animation available anywhere in the world. And the reason we were able to build this collection is because we have built and trained our own foundation model. So typically it takes 5 to 10 days to produce one high fidelity 3D full body animation manually. With the Krikey AI foundation model, it only takes 5 minutes. So there's 10,000 public animations that you can choose from. We've not edited any of these animations. They just come directly out of the AI tool. So if you don't know what text prompt to use, you're welcome to use any of these animations. And you can see up here, we have a bunch of different categories that you can choose from. If you want dance, we've got a bunch of dance animations and so on. We also have facial expressions. So all the expressions of the emoji library are available inside of our tool. So you can choose whatever facial expression expressions you'd like. You can overlap facial expressions and animations to get smoother transitions. Same story with hand gestures. Maybe you want your character to point at something or to be thinking deeply. The entire emoji library of hand gestures also available inside of the tool. And then the camera angles, so exactly what I was saying earlier. You can see here I've got a close-up shot on my character, and there's a bunch of different things I can change. So I can change the field of view if I want to get closer on the character. I can change the angle of the camera, so depending on where I want the camera to begin from. I can also, if my character's walking, with a simple checkbox, choose if I want the character to be followed by the camera, or if I want the camera to be static. And again, this all looks simple in the tool, but what's really exciting is you don't need any technical knowledge to make these changes. You know, typically today in 3D content authoring, to make a small change, just follow the character or not, requires computer programming skill. And for so long, for this reason, 3D content authoring has really been gatekept to a very specific group of people, and we're hoping to democratize this process. We also have 3D environments. You can change your background. You can upload backgrounds as well if you're interested in that. And then script generation, so you can generate scripts in a multitude of languages. You just have to enter a prompt, and we'll do the rest. And I'll actually show you a sample script. So this is a welcome to Krikey script, which I'm going to actually play the audio for in a moment. You can edit these scripts as well once they're generated, or you can upload a script that you've already written. So if you have an idea and you've already created something, you're welcome to upload that. And then once you have your script, you can actually generate audio. And this audio tool we actually built using AWS Poly. So I can select whatever script I'd like, select a target character, a language, an accent, and then I can select a style.
Hello. This is my voice.
And yeah, it's so cool. And these are the neural voices from AWS Poly, so they sound incredibly real. And once I'm ready, I can go ahead and generate the audio for a given character or narrator, and then I can see all my existing audios here. And with a single click, I can add them to my timeline. And now I'm actually going to play back what I've created.
Welcome to the Krikey AI Animation Maker. Have a look around and let me know if you have any questions.
So that was some audio I just generated a moment ago, just talking about our tool. And you can see now my character is going to do some animations. I'll just click out of the preview. And so all these animations actually came from the Krikey public library. So I've not edited these animations. They're all AI generated. And same with these camera angles. So we just clicked to add them. It was super easy, took 2 seconds. And the idea here, again, is that we really want people to be able to create high fidelity content very quickly with very little effort. And then the last thing, which I'll quickly show, is that we do support millions of avatar customization options. So you can see here I have an anime style avatar. You can customize your own avatar, and they'll automatically get added to this.
Welcome to the Krikey AI Animation Maker. Have a look around and let me know if you have any questions.
And the idea here is that this avatar looks totally different from the last one, but all the animations still work on this character, and I've immediately produced a totally different looking piece of content just with a click of a button. And yeah, we also have a bunch of other features coming up, but the tool is already live. It just went live a couple weeks ago, so everyone can check it out at Krikey.ai.
Wow, this is so cool. Okay, I want to go back to the script. So can you explain again what it is that people can write, and then once they upload a script, how does that actually change the character?
Yeah, great question. So you can enter a script title and then any prompt you want. So like best movies of all time, 2 friends on a jungle adventure. And once you click generate, you'll end up with a script here. So my prompt here was the history of peanuts. And I got out.
God, that's so good.
And I got this result, which is all about peanuts. And I actually didn't know this, but apparently peanut butter was introduced in the 1904 World's Fair in St. Louis, Missouri. Very exciting stuff. And once I actually have this script, I can convert it to audio. So I can come over here, and you can see I've already generated audio for my Peanuts script. So I have a character and then a narrator. And if I click on this, the audio will get added to its own track. And I'll just quickly play this back so we can see what this sounds like. Let me just...
Welcome to the Krikey
So in a
AI
second, my
Animation
narrator
Maker.
is actually going to start
Have a
talking
look
about
around
peanuts
and
and
let
their
me know if you
history.
have any questions.
Did you know that peanuts are not actually nuts, but legumes? Yup, they are part of the bean family. And did you also know that peanut butter was first introduced back in 1904 at the World's Fair in St. Louis?
That is amazing. So if you had, so in that example with the script, because you had 2 characters, so if you had another character.
Exactly, there'd be another audio track. Exactly, just because, if you're building a game cutscene or even a marketing creative, you might want multiple voices in there, and our tool can support that today. And you can actually record a video of this or download the rig file. So if you are a professional animator or a 3D creator, we can give you access to the source file of the animation. Or if you're not, that's also fine. You can just record a video and export it to any social media platform.
I can't, so I don't have any plans to make any movies, but I like want to make a movie, or I just want to have like my own avatar like hanging out with me at work now, because this is so cool.
It's amazing.
So tell me, because you've been using AWS, so tell me about how you're using AWS.
Yeah, so our entire tool is built on AWS. So we're using Kubernetes, EKS, S3 for all of our file storage.
Wow.
S3 is actually a big one for us, because all these animation files that we generate and the videos, they're super heavy, and so we can store them on S3 and then serve them to our tool via the CDN, which is super helpful. And then, of course, Poly, that's probably been the most exciting integration for us.
Cool.
We couldn't have brought the audio feature to life without AWS Poly. To generate voices on our own as a small startup would have been incredibly difficult. It's almost like a whole other company in and of itself to do that. There are companies dedicated to AI voice generation, so to have the Poly tool accessible to us has been amazing. And I think also the whole team at AWS has been so supportive of Krikey and has given us access to so many resources. We're actually also in the AWS Gen AI Accelerator, which has been an awesome experience, and we've learned so much about what GPUs to use. We use a G5G GPU to power all of our foundation model work, and that's also been super helpful for us as a small team to have access to that.
I'm so glad you said that. I wanted to ask you about that. And for those who aren't familiar with the Gen AI Accelerator, so AWS has had a generative AI accelerator for generative AI startups, and it recently finished. So it's been really exciting, and I'd love to hear more about what that experience was like.
Yes, it's been absolutely incredible. There's about 20 companies in this cohort, and we've been working together for about 10 weeks. We have a business mentor, a technical mentor that has helped us optimize our AWS infrastructure, our costs, and then also put together a go-to-market plan for our enterprise sales. And that sort of guidance is something that's very difficult to come by as a startup, and especially being new in the Gen AI space, being such a small team, we're less than 20 people, it's been really helpful as we've brought this product to market. We just launched a few weeks ago, and so we're really excited already at the response that we're getting and the opportunity to take this out to enterprise customers as well. But what's really most exciting for us is that we can now put this in the hands of individual consumers, people sitting at home who a week ago couldn't animate a 3D character, couldn't bring voice to a 3D character, and Amazon has helped us bring voice to these characters, and hopefully can start a whole new generation of storytelling with 3D animation.
I love it. And I know I'm sure there are people earlier who were listening and really curious, because you were saying that you're both sisters, and I honestly could never imagine starting a company with my sisters. So, I mean, how did you both like do it? That is like, I want to know the secret.
Yeah, we've been at it 6 years, so we've worked out all the challenges. But it's actually really exciting to work with your sibling. It's very rare that you get the opportunity to spend this much time as you get older and become an adult. So we're really excited that we're still on this journey together and able to share this with the world.
That is so cool. Wow, I definitely absolutely love what it is that you're really doing. So any advice for people at home? Like, I know there's going to be people who maybe are just like, I've always wanted to create something artistic. So maybe let's start with them, because I know there's a lot of different use cases that you've got. So let's start with them. What advice for persons at home who just wants to have their own project, maybe?
Yes, yeah, I would say come to Krikey.ai, Krikey.ai, and you can get started immediately. There's lots of free animations in our library, so you can just start putting stuff on the timeline, generating some audio, and immediately have an avatar of yourself talking to camera. I think that this, in the age of the virtual influencer, this could be pretty big, even on a personal level.
Yes.
To have a version of yourself that can represent you on social media. And so I think it's very easy to get started. It's point and click. So there's lots of tutorials also on our website, so and on our YouTube channel. So hopefully it's very easy for people to get started.
I love the social media use case. I think people keep trying to think about different ways to really juice up their social media presence. So I could definitely see this kind of thing starting to pop up. And so I know that there's also people, because we've got so many people at home who are listening, so there's definitely people who maybe work at a film company, maybe they're healthcare tutorials, and they're seeing this, they're like, wow, this is something I actually need at my business of where I work. So what advice do you have for them?
Yeah, I think especially for tutorials, this frame that Krikey's got on her demo, which is the shoulder up talking head, it's very easy. Throw in an idle animation, a close-up shot, and all you have to do is add audio. And you can customize your audio for the topic that you're trying to teach your audience or your customers, whether that's about healthcare, mental health modules, or teaching math. And the use cases are completely up to you and what you're trying to build for your product, for your company. But it's very easy to have a quick template. We are introducing templates in September, so it'll be even faster to get to a final product from where we've started. And Krikey can share a couple of the things that are coming up this fall as well in terms of product features.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are bringing multi-character support to the tool also in September. So what that means is you can now, exactly, it's so exciting. With a single click, you can add multiple characters to a single 3D scene. You can reposition them and drag them around and essentially produce a fully fledged piece of content with several characters interacting with each other. And again, that's so exciting. Today, to produce a scene of 2 characters speaking to each other for 30 seconds, that's probably a 3 to 4 week process, realistically, because you've got to do everything manually. With our tool, it could take less than 15 minutes. So if you're looking to prototype or you want to build a tutorial or an educational piece of content or marketing material, this is the best way to do it quickly and efficiently.
And if you wanted to try creating your own or generating your own AI animations, there's 2 ways to do it off our website. One is text to animation, so you can type in a text prompt like jumping jacks or walk forward, and it will generate that animation onto your custom 3D avatar. Or you can upload a video of yourself or someone else doing an action, and we will convert that video, that human motion, to 3D character animation. So there's a lot of different ways. You can even bring custom AI-generated animations to your project beyond the public animation library that we have.
This is so exciting. Well, I'm excited. I'm excited for the people who are at home who are probably getting started right now, drawing something. So Krikey.ai, that's where people should be able to go. And thank you so much for being here today on AWS On Air.
Thank you for having us, Julian. This was amazing.
I know, it's so fun. And stick around, because up next, we've got the keynote of the AWS Summit in New York City. And then after that, we're going to be back here live doing more really fun, exciting things, talking to product teams. One more startup coming up later on AWS On Air at the New York City Summit. So see you soon.
Thank you.